Today, we're going to talk about why doing more is often the thing blocking pregnancy. If you're trying to get pregnant and you feel like you're doing everything right, tracking cycles, eating well, taking supplements, going to appointments, researching, optimizing, and yet nothing is happening, this video is for you. Because the question most women are actually asking isn't what else should I do? It's why is all this effort not working? Stay with me till the end because I'm going to explain why doing more is often the very thing blocking pregnancy and how I work with women differently when this is the case. If you're here, chances are you're not passive about your health. You're capable, you're responsible, you're used to handling a lot. At some point, your body learned something very important. It learned that staying on top of things was how you stayed safe. So effort became protection, doing became regulation, productivity became worth. This isn't really a mindset issue or discipline problem, and it's not a failure. It's an adaptation. Most of the women I work with are high capacity women. They're women who carry a lot emotionally, mentally, and practically. But pregnancy doesn't happen in effort. It happens in receptivity. Here's what almost no one explains. You can be ovulating, your hormones can look normal, your labs can come back fine, and your body can still be quietly saying, not yet. It's not safe. Not because something is wrong with you, but because your nervous system is still operating in survival mode. When the body is under chronic demand, even healthy looking demands, it prioritizes survival functions, staying alert, staying productive, staying ahead. And truth be told, fertility is not a priority in that state. And there's really no amount of doing more that can override that hardwired biological signal. This is where so many women get confused. They're doing everything they were told to do, and it still isn't working. So they try adding more supplements, more protocols, more tracking, more control. But the body doesn't respond to pressure. It responds to safety. And if this is already resonating, if you feel seen right now, go ahead and like this video. It helps more women find this conversation, and it tells me to keep making content like this. All right, let's get back to it. Safety isn't just rest. It's not baths and it's not vacations. Safety is when the body no longer has to prove its worth. When effort no longer is tied to survival. When the system finally believes, I don't have to hold everything together anymore. There's an actual biological shift that happens there. And I promise you, it changes everything. This is where my work looks different than typical fertility work. When I work with women, we don't treat fertility as a problem to be fixed. We treat it as a process the body moves through in stages. And there are 3 phases the body has to move through before pregnancy becomes possible. And what I find is that most women are trying to skip the first 2. I call this the restore, rebuild, receive sequence. The first phase is restore. This is where we stabilize the nervous system and stop the constant drain on the body. Before we ask the body to conceive, we have to ask a more basic question. Is this body regulated enough to receive? In this phase, in the receive phase, we look honestly at your habits, stress patterns, and daily demands that have been quietly depleting you. Even the ones that, again, look healthy on the surface. We are going to use hair tissue mineral analysis, or HTMA, to understand how your body has been adapting over time, where minerals are depleted, how stress has been stored, and how your body has been compensating just to keep up. Most of the women I work with are completely bossed up but burnt out. They're women on a mission. They're women that if they weren't doing the work that they're doing, the work literally wouldn't exist. They're holding communities, they're increasing capacity, they are enabling others, they are nurturing, they are amplifying, they are putting out amazing work into the world. And all of that comes at a cost. It's expensive. A lot of times when I use the word stress, People think of negative things. They think of being stressed out as in being bothered by something or endlessly hampered by something. But what they don't realize is stress is also all the fun we're having. It's the late nights we stay up. It's the overworking. It's the planning on the way to planning something else. It's the being in one meeting and thinking about the next meeting. It's the way you've multitasked your whole day. All of this is incredibly expensive from the body's standpoint. Because if you're honest, the average person would look at what you do in a day and their jaw would be on the floor. Most people would ask themselves, how does she do it? And for about 80% of women who are just trying to conceive in the next 6 to 12 months, this phase alone is going to create a meaningful shift in preparing your body for a healthy pregnancy. Because the body finally gets the stability and the resources it's been missing. This phase of the work is called fertile foundations. The second phase is rebuild. This is for women who discover there's more going on beneath the surface. Deeper gut dysfunction, chronic inflammation, long-standing depletion, or more complex patterns that will need targeted support. This is where we do focused gut work, more individualized root cause repair. That deeper work lives inside the full fertile formula. Not because something is wrong with you, but because your body needs more time and precision to rebuild what's been disrupted. This third phase is receive. This is where the body no longer is being managed or pushed. It's regulated, it's resourced, it's no longer surviving. And when the body reaches this phase, pregnancy is no longer something we force. It's something the body allows. Cycles begin to shift, energy returns, hormones regulate, and the body remembers how to receive. If you're listening to this and you're thinking, okay, that sounds about right. Of course there are stages. Of course my body needs sequence. You're right. And you don't have to figure out where you fit on your own. If you're watching this and you know you're not in that wait and see phase, you've been trying and you're exhausted and you want clarity instead of more guessing, you're welcome to book a 20-minute fertility clarity call with me. This isn't a sales call, it's a clarity call. We look at where your body actually is in this sequence of restore, rebuild, or receive, and whether fertile foundations is the right first step or if deeper work is appropriate. If you're early on in this journey and you're still orienting, there's no rush. Stay with these videos. Let the system settle. Clarity comes from safety, not pressure. But if you're ready for guidance, I'll leave that option open. And if this conversation resonates, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications. This channel is where I'll continue unpacking what actually helps the body prepare for pregnancy, especially after 35, without pressure, fear, or forcing. You don't need more to do, you need the right sequence. And I'll see you in the next video.